So we've got several of those stories on the Blaze today. We have this 93-year-old man that you would love to meet. You'd love to hang out with. 93-year-old guy who just lives off the land by himself and just like, I just want to be left alone. I just want to come up here. I fell in love with the land when I was 11 and came up here and lived my whole life up here. And just a real mountain man, a real true man, and an American. And you can read his story. And then, unfortunately, we also have the stories of the Brooklyn group of black kids that went, they were screwing around with, at a green light. And this guy was behind them, and he honked, and they didn't like that. And so they got out and they surrounded his car and they started kicking his car. And as soon as they started kicking his car, he decided to get out and say, hey, what are you doing? Stop it. Are you damaging my car? And as soon as he did, they massively beat him. They punched and kicked him in the head, fractured his nose. He has a blood clot, abrasions to his shoulder. He was treated and released from the hospital. During the attack, there was a steady chorus of white MFer. The kids were 12 to 18 years old. His wife, 30 years old, she was calling 911 when the 12-year-old girl, a black girl, 12 years old, pulled Alana, the wife, by the hair out of the car and threw her to the ground. She was slamming this woman's head into the ground. A 30-year-old, a 12-year-old girl grabs her by the hair, throws her down on the ground, and beats her head into the concrete. While she's doing this, everybody is screaming, get that white whore. Now, people are saying that this isn't a racial thing. This is just a teenager thing. I'm sorry. Excuse me? They are screaming white MFers and get the white whore. If you were saying that about blacks, wouldn't you have a case here? Now, I'm wondering if the president can reach inside of himself and connect with the white side of him and say, you know what? That woman there, she could have been my mother. She could have been my sister. The white guy driving could have been my brother. Could have been my son. I'm wondering if he can reach into the white side of him and get that. Or is this only a black thing with him? Because I'm not really sure. There has been more racial beatings in the last 4 years than I have seen in my lifetime outside of the 60s reversed. I haven't seen this. Have you seen this? In the 90s and in the 2000s, have you seen this kind of behavior from people?
No, and they almost always, in every case, even if there's plenty of evidence that it is racially motivated, say it isn't. They say it's not that it wasn't a hate crime, it wasn't racially motivated. They find some other excuse.